go. So, words of encouragement for everyone, because I also need it too, is that God's timing is perfect. And just as it says in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, that there's a season, there's a season for everything. I know. I'm sorry, I'm just really like happy right now because my husband ended up mowing the yard yesterday, and it got a little bit too dark, so I couldn't come out. But he told me, "Have you looked at the trees we planted?" And here, by the way, I have to say that these trees, me and my husband planted, it would be 5 years this year. Yeah, 5 years in January, because we wanted to start making an orchard. And it made me realize that when you submit yourself to God, the Most High, and He sends you through trials and tribulations because He's building you up and preparing you, that when He blesses you, you're able to hold on to it and build from it. And that takes time. It takes time for you to become that person that can hold on to that blessing. And I didn't realize what the trees did here, because my breath got taken away, because my husband's like, "No, wait till you see them." And two are kind of weird, because one of them we did not plant, and I'm now curious if somehow this tree self-replicated itself to fertilize itself. So long story short, we ended up getting a pear tree. We got an Italian plum, and then got a Sassima plum tree, and then we also got an apricot tree. So out of those 4 we planted, the apricot's not doing too well. I'll show you it, but it's kind of like also the thought of like when you're supposed to spread your seed as much as you can, because you don't know what is going to produce. And this one, I'm going to try my best to save it, but we will see what happens. I'll show you it as well. But the Sassima, I did not realize. So the Italian plum and the pear tree can pollinate themselves. The Sassima cannot pollinate itself. It has to actually have either another Sassima plum, or it has to have another tree that helps it. So we're going to, like I said, we're going to get back to that one, because also too, that means it takes collaboration to even in nature grow. So just when God says nature declares His name, this is what I mean. It declares all of His word, that hey, some of these trees can't make it without each other. They have to actually work together. But I'll get you the first tree here, which is the Italian plum. So here's my Italian plum that I need to get the regate, because the deer are probably going to get to it. But you can start to see all the fruit that is currently in the process of growing. And oh my gosh. So it did grow fruit last year, but not anywhere near this. It was only on one branch. And this is of how much it is producing right now. And I'm going to show you the pear tree. Even though it's small, it's produced. This one's fenced off to keep the deer away. But as you can see right here, that it's starting to produce fruit too. If my camera will focus. Right there. So this one has produced fruit before during its first year, but was literally just one. But here we are starting to get some produce off of it. And that is just shocking. I'll show you the apricot tree, which is just, it's growing tall, but it's struggling. I have to figure out what's going on. So here's the apricot tree. I did spray it this year, but I guess it wasn't the right spray. It got this disease going on with the leaves, so I probably got the wrong one marked for it. So going on that one. But let me go and show you the the Sassima that I told you that that needed a cross pollinator. So here's the Sassima. I gotta re-fence it as well too to keep the deer off of it. But this one's a little closer. But here you go. You're starting to have fruit on it. And it's all throughout its branches as well too. here. So here's the thing that I was talking about. I think, because this one, there was a big bush here that was covering up this tree, and we had to actually like get rid of it. So this tree popped up literally about 3 years ago, and we were like, what tree is this? We thought it was like a cherry tree, but now that I'm like literally looking at like the leaves, and I'm kind of like looking at the fruit that's producing, you could probably like see a little bit of the small dots of it. I'm wondering if the salsa must somehow made its own tree to pollinate itself. So I am now curious. I will keep you updated when we get to the fall season. The other thing is, I did finally, after all these years, find a cross-pollinator, which is a small tree right here. Yeah, this is a tree, very small. Deer got to it, as you can see. I need to get netting for it. I just planted this a few months ago. So this one's a Santa Rosa, which is supposed to help pollinate that one. And realizing that I may have made it in time for it to cross-pollinate is just amazing. I am just... my breath is just taken away by it, because this is 5 years in the making. 5 years to start producing fruit from the 4 trees that just appeared, and 1 extra that I think one of the 4 replicated itself in, and then the 6th one that we just planted, not the replicated one. And that made me realize it took 5 years. It took 5 years of pruning, of doing organic spraying to keep the bugs and the parasites from taking over the trees, because how the apricot is looking, the plum and the pear trees were like that too. It actually took me about 2 years to get that disease off of them. So, hey, doing trials and tribulations with the trees, and finally, after 5 years, seeing the fruit producing. When he says nature declares his name. Give him all the praise, all the glory, and all the honor. Hallelujah. So don't give up. Give it time. Just as these trees took 5 years to start producing, you'll see the same as well too. Be blessed.